KSAT12. The news at noon starts right now.
It was an unexpected start to a murder trial today. Kit Nguyen was charged with the murder of Ryan Vo outside a nail salon back in 2021.
And just as the trial was about to begin, Nguyen pleaded guilty, ending the planned proceedings. Erica Nunez live from the courtroom. Erica, I take it this was not expected.
No, Ursula, it was not expected. In fact, just before the jury was brought in, both sides were still discussing evidence with the judge. But once the jury was brought in and the judge read the charge of the court and asked Nguyen for the plea, that is when he said guilty. Now, here's video of when it happened. Judge Villamesa asked his attorney if guilty was what he was saying, and he confirmed. At that point, the judge called for the jury to be taken out of the courtroom. Nguyen, back in July 2021, shot Ryan Vo, his brother-in-law, outside a nail salon on Blanco Road after they argued about business inside. When the court got back on the record, Nguyen's attorney clarified that he was pleading guilty to murder, but that he did not intend to cause the death, only to cause serious bodily injury. And the defense requested that wording be clarified on the record to the jury. So what happens next? Well, we are now in the punishment phase, which is something the jury will still have to deliberate on. Now, that has already gotten underway, and just because Nguyen pled guilty, he still faces that full range of punishment, which is 5 to 99 years or life in prison. We'll have a lot more on this case later this afternoon. Live at the Cadena Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT12 News.
Erica, thank you. We may soon have a tropical depression on our hands. We're watching what's going on in the Gulf of Mexico, starting to see some organization. And this is the tropical moisture that's going to be moving towards South Texas starting tonight and going into tomorrow morning. Here's the latest. Now, the Hurricane Center is already issuing advisories on this system in preparation, and we think that it likely will become a tropical storm. Winds right now at 30 miles per hour, gusts to 40 miles per hour. It's moving west at 16 miles per hour. And you can see that thunderstorm activity is starting to develop over what we think is a center of circulation. So regardless of whether or not this develops any further, and again, we think it may, the rainfall forecast for us pretty much stays the same. Here's the track for this. Should be a tropical storm by tomorrow morning. Winds at 45 miles per hour, gusting to 55 there between Corpus Christi and Brownsville. Then it moves inland. It'll spread some of that rain a little bit further north. We'll get some scattered downpours tomorrow. We're not going to get a ton of rain here in San Antonio. In the meantime, 103 today. We continue our streak of triple-digit heat. We're already in the upper 90s at this hour. We'll talk about our rain chances. We'll look at the rainfall map for you, and we'll look ahead to the weekend, too, coming up in just a few minutes. Now to Stephen.
There is plenty of road work taking place in and around the Alamo City. It's a new week, so a new set of closures for you. Let's talk about what's happening here along I-10 over on the northwest side of San Antonio, where we have repair work that will begin today. This is Monday, August 21st, and it takes us all the way to Friday, August 25th. This work begins at 9 in the morning, and it's going to take us all the way to 8 in the evening, according to TxDOT. We'll see a single lane closure on the southbound frontage road of La Cantera Parkway, so watch out if your travels take you through that area. 281 over on the north side of San Antonio, concrete work will also begin today, and it takes us to Friday, August 25th. The work begins at 9 in the morning and should hopefully wrap at 4 in the afternoon. We'll see a closure of the northbound exit ramp at Wilderness Oak. One last drive over here to State Highway 151 over on the west side of San Antonio, where we have excavation work taking place. This work does begin Monday, August 21st. That's today, but it takes us all the way to almost the end of the month, Tuesday, August 29th. That work also begins at 9 in the morning and should wrap at 3 in the afternoon. Alternating lane closures on the westbound frontage road from Petrenko Road to Ingram Road. A lot of text on your screen right now, but if you scan this QR code, that text will appear on your phone. Know what to expect ahead of time. That takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page. We have a full list of all the closures that are happening in and around the Alamo City, so know before you go.
All right, Tropical Storm Hillary, the first tropical storm to strike California in more than 25 years. It is causing widespread panic and danger.
This system has now been downgraded and moving out of the area, but it's leaving several communities flooded and without power. ABC's Tim Pulliam with the latest.
From California to Nevada, millions of Americans starting the work week under flood warnings as Hillary moves north. Relentless rain from the now post-tropical storm causing historic flooding and dangerous mudslides. The heavy downpours crushing rainfall records. Parts of San Bernardino County, California hit with 10 inches of rain. Roads in the mountain region becoming impassable. First responders ordering people to shelter in place, some choosing to evacuate.
All right, now we're going to board up the door so that way trying to reduce as much water going in and just go chill over at my sister's house away from all the water.
The storm making landfall Sunday evening near Baja California, Mexico, bringing wind speeds of up to 84 miles per hour. Several communities wrecked with fallen debris and downed trees. In the desert, Palm Springs receiving more than half its annual rainfall on Sunday alone. In Las Vegas, Florida water rushes through a casino parking lot. The storm forcing the cancellation of hundreds of flights. And in the middle of Hillary's wrath, a 5.1 magnitude earthquake about 80 miles northwest of downtown Los Angeles.
Chief, I'm really sorry to interrupt you right now. Our studio is shaking right now, so not only are we dealing with a tropical storm, but it appears we're now dealing with an earthquake.
Experts say the storm had nothing to do with the quake. So far, no major injuries to report with the earthquake or the storm. In Los Angeles, the second largest school district in the country is closed today. Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Glendale, California.
Back here in San Antonio, the city is going to be hosting a free property tax help workshop today. It is a chance for homeowners to learn about and file tax exemptions. It'll be at 6 o'clock at Meals on Wheels at the north side. That's near Nacogdoches, just outside of Loop 410. It's going to take place in the Valero Training Room. This event is free and open to the public. Recommended documents to bring can be found at the Neighborhood and Housing Services Department Property Tax Help webpage, sanantonio.gov/property tax help. You can also find other Bexar County resources there as well.
The proposed San Antonio city budget for 2024's fiscal year up for your review. In fact, you can tell city councilors what you think about it at one of two town hall meetings later on this evening. One will be at San Antonio College's Chandler Gym on North Main Avenue. The other at the Phil Hardberger Park Urban Ecology Center on Northwest Military Highway. Both of these meetings begin at 6:30 p.m. City staff will be there to share some of the highlights in the budget, but also to answer your questions.
Coming up in a few minutes in sports, the Cowboys losing a rookie for the season. Who and what happened to him? Coming up.
Plus, a call for some help. Postal workers facing the heat and say they have limited water resources. In this kind of heat, everyone should be drinking lots of water, especially if you work outside, and that includes postal workers. Getting water, though, isn't an easy task, they say.
The workers say the U.S. Postal Service stopped giving them bottles of water last month, and some of the post offices don't have working water fountains for their workers to use. Earlier this month, lawmakers sent the Postmaster General a letter asking for them to provide mail carriers with cold water.
It's hotter than firecrackers down here, so we need them AC trucks. That would really help us out. Bags of ice would help us out to keep our water cool out there.
In a statement sent to KSAT, Postal Service said they respect unions, but calls it position inaccurate and largely absent of anything based in reality. They say they made those water fountain improvements and that carriers and all employees have full access to potable water at all times.
We're going to take a live look outside. Right now, we're already up to 98 degrees, according to our little bug. It's not doing us any favors. It's going to be a super hot day today.
Extremely hot. And what's amazing is we've got cloud cover right now, and we're still in the upper 90s. The aquifer actually went down today. We need to switch the arrow. It's down to 626.7, so it's headed in the wrong direction. Molds are low at 340. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. We do have some rain in the forecast that could help boost molds a little bit. We're going to talk about that rainfall forecast in this tropical system and what it means going forward. Coming up.
There is a new entertainment complex being built just a couple of blocks from our station right here in downtown.
Up until recently, the Cavender Cadillac dealership was selling cars on Broadway. Now, a new future. Max Massey shows us that footprint is the foundation for a new source of family fun.
Good afternoon, guys. Of course, it is calm and quiet here now at this new look complex, but in just a couple months, the new food hall will be open and ready for people to enjoy. And of course, what is a complex for entertainment without a new brewery?
It's not a competition of the Pearl. We are our own thing, but it's another option. We don't have too many options here in this area in general. So having another option is so important.
This area has seen a huge transformation over the years. The idea is that the new complex will bring in more families, more businesses, and more economic stimulation to the area.
I just think options is key, and I think once people come here, they have make-ready food, which is going to be amazing, and so much variety. Come here, you've got your beer, you've got your cocktails, you've got your sense of family. I think that's going to bring that word of mouth and bring that community over to this area.
Now, this is just a small preview of a larger story we're going to have for you coming up tonight on KSAT. Back to you guys.
All right, Max, thank you. So have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a teacher?
Oh, it's a tough job, and that's on Mike and Fiona's minds today for SA Live. And you have, of course, the Spirit Squad with you, too, at Market Square.
We got Spirit.
Yes,
How about
indeed.
you?
The O'Connor Gold Dusters. Yay, ladies! Part of the Pigskin Classic, and we're going to tell you more about that and a great performance from these gals. And the question, though, a teacher, have you ever taught anything?
And if so, if you would want to, which subject would you teach?
Interesting. What would you teach?
Martial arts.
Oh.
Martial arts.
What would you guys teach?
It'd have to be some kind of food class.
I like that. I want to teach a class in trivia.
Oh, no.
That, and we got a whole lot more, and plus a great performance coming from the Gold Dusters. Ladies!
All right, that's coming up on SA Live right after the news. I think I would be like a public speaking teacher.
Class?
Yeah, like a speech teacher.
Justin? Weather.
Yeah, weather, basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah.
You would teach basketball?
He would teach creative rap music writing.
Yeah, people don't know that you're like big time.
No.
Or dancing?
No, definitely not that. That's for sure.
I do have a trivia question like Mike would ask.
Okay.
Okay, have we ever hit 100 degrees during the noon show?
Not to my knowledge.
We're getting
not
there.
This year, but it's going to be a real close call today. We'll
by the
see.
end.
I don't think we've ever hit 100.
No.
I don't think so.
But we'll look it up.
That doesn't set us up well for today. And we know what's brewing out in the Gulf of Mexico. So we're hoping that gives us a little bit of relief coming up tomorrow. There it is. Potential tropical cyclone number 9. Fancy name for, this is a tropical depression, or soon to be, and will likely be a tropical storm before it's all said and done. You can see some of the thunderstorms that are developing there near probably what is the center of circulation. So this is getting organized quickly. The problem here, though, is it's running out of real estate. Doesn't have a whole lot of time before this makes it to the Texas coast, which is a good thing. We don't want this strengthening into anything stronger than a tropical storm. Right now, winds are at 30 miles per hour, gusting to 40. It's moving west at about 16 miles per hour. And as we look at the track here, by tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., tropical storm right on the coast of Texas, in between Corpus Christi and Brownsville is where we think this will make landfall. So this is pretty far south from us, which is why our rainfall totals aren't going to be all that great. Moves inland, and this is where we're going to see the swath of heaviest rain falls apart as it moves out towards Laredo a little bit later tomorrow. That would be 6 p.m. And let's talk tropical storm watches and warnings. We have tropical storm warnings from basically Port O'Connor all the way down to Brownsville and South Padre Island, and then you've got a tropical storm watch north of that. But what does that mean? So winds 30 to 40 miles per hour in these areas, gusts to 55 possible. We could even see a few gusts higher than that, but it would be brief, and it's going to be right along the coast in a pretty unpopulated area there south of Corpus Christi. Storm surge right now estimated about 1 to 3 feet. So this is a huge impact, but it is an impact, and we need to mention it. Obviously, for us, the impact is going to be rain as we get into the afternoon today, 5 o'clock, just a couple of stray showers. I don't expect much today, but by tomorrow morning, we'll start to see the heaviest of the rain starting to move onshore. So Rockport down to Corpus Christi, Goliad over to George West. That's where we could see some good rain starting tomorrow morning. Then by 10 a.m., gets a little bit closer to San Antonio, but notice we're kind of on the edge here. Heavy rain starts to move towards Cotulla and Carrizo Springs. We could get a couple of bands, though, that work their way through noontime into the afternoon. That's where I think we probably pick up our rain here in town. If you get underneath one of the heavier downpours, you could pick up a half an inch, but I think it'll probably be more on the order of 1/4 of an inch. Then this quickly moves west, and by 6 o'clock, there's not much left. We could see a stray shower late Tuesday into Wednesday. So the least amount of rain is going to be up here in the hill country for sure, but along Highway 90 and I-10, you'll get more rain down towards Pearsall, Cotulla, Tilden, Carrizo Springs, and most of the rain is going to be Laredo, Corpus Christi, down to the south, 1 to 3 inches there. As far as severe weather risk, there's not a real severe weather risk with this, other than with these bands sometimes you can get some weak spin up, very weak tornadoes, or tropical funnels as we call them. Typically they don't do much damage. They're not a real big issue, but we do need to mention that there could be a few tornado warnings tomorrow for that reason. As we go outside for you right now, 98 at the airport. Heat index is already 101. New Braunfels is at 100. Heat index 105. It is heating up quickly, despite the fact we have clouds around. 100 Gonzales, 100 New Braunfels, 101 Austin, 96 in Hondo. You see the temperatures here around Bexar County. We could be in the triple digits soon. We're expecting 103 today. We'll have another triple digit day, adding to our consecutive number, likely getting up to 23 this afternoon. We will, which again is the longest streak on record. Extended forecast. 95 tomorrow. There's a cool down. 40% chance of rain. 100 Wednesday. We're back in the triple digits this weekend with more small chances for afternoon stuff. But tomorrow, if we're going to get any rain, is going to be our day, guys.
Just an update. The little bug in the corner of our screen is now at 99.
Razor thin margin.
Here we go, y'all.
95 looks kind of weird sitting there, though. Hey, coming up in sports, we're going to gear up for the KSAT Pigskin Classic. It's happening this weekend. After the break, we'll hear from a couple of the teams that are participating on Saturday night.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Not a good way to start the week at all, but Cowboys rookie linebacker and third-round draft pick Marvion Overshone suffered a torn ACL Saturday night in Seattle, and he is done for the season. The former Texas Longhorn got up limping, then was carted off the field after he made a tackle on the sidelines, and now it looks like he is done for the year. All right, how about some fun stuff? The KSAT Pigskin Classic kicks off this weekend in the Alamo Dome. The primetime matchup is Saturday night when O'Connor and Brandeis meet up. The O'Connor Panthers are trying to climb back into that dominating team that they were several years ago. They have been out of the playoff picture the last few years, but they're looking at this year's roster to get them to the postseason. O'Connor has 26 returning lettermen, but went 4-6 in 2022, including a 4-4 district record. If they want to see a run for state later on in the fall, a win Saturday would be a great start for the program, considering they are going up against the guys they grew up with.
I mean, we know each other. We've grew up playing middle school football together, so it's going to be a fun time.
There's definitely tension for sure, but, you know, it's a lot of fun actually playing with everyone you know and went to middle school with, so it's just fun.
You don't like Idler?
I do.
Yeah, what's it like? You know, like,
I mean,
think about.
Yeah, there's a lot of trash talk for sure. A lot of trash talk for sure.
Yeah, just on the other side of 1604 from Helotes, the Brandeis Broncos. They have 27 returning lettermen. They beat O'Connor to start the season last year, 27-17. This year, they are looking for their third in a row over the Panthers. Brandeis 9-3 in 2022, including an impressive 7-1 district record. They lost in the second round of the playoffs to Dripping Springs, so you know the returning players want to pick up where they left off and get deeper into the playoffs this year. They can get off to a great start on Saturday night.
It's surreal. I mean, like it's a big rivalry. It's been going on since the school's opened. Everybody who goes to Garcia grows up with each other. They separate. It's just a big, fun game.
I'm going to be all in. I'm there to compete and there to win, so just excited to play.
What went through your mind when you found out that you guys would be part of the KSAT Pigskin Classic?
A lot of excitement because last year's games were pretty exciting, so just excited to continue on the tradition.
This year should be just as exciting as well, so here it is, Pigskin Classic live. The Alamo Dome starting Friday night, right after the 6 o'clock news. It's Holy Cross and Antonia. And then on Saturday, it's Southside and Somerset getting things kicked off at 11:30. Then Jefferson and Uvalde follow up in the afternoon. And finally, the prime time matchup, Brandeis and O'Connor. If you want to find out some more of what you could expect, all you got to do is go to our website. And if you want some tickets, you're going to want to get them pretty quick. Tickets are on sale now. Just scan the QR code to see all of your ticket options, and there are a lot of them. So Friday, 1, Saturday, 3.
You're going to be there all weekend.
I'll be there all weekend long enjoying the football.
I'll be enjoying the party on Saturday night.
You coming Saturday night?
Ice.
All right.
Yes.
There we go. Can't beat it.
All right.
Come join us.
Still ahead in our next half hour, what members of the San Antonio Red Cross are doing to help those in Maui and what you can do to lend a helping hand too.
Plus, the effect the summer heat has had on our power grid and the 4 things you can do to help the grid and save money on your bill at the same time. Welcome back, and as we all know by now, the heat is absolutely no joke this summer. We have seen 55 100-degree days so far.
We're almost there right now, and we're expecting more before the fall arrives. KSAT producer Haley Powers explaining how this heat is affecting our power grid and what you can do to help save money on your bill.
This summer has been brutal. Between the hot temperatures and lack of rain, our air conditioners are in overtime. Tom Overby with Texas A&M University says the heat is breaking records for our power grid. It's causing the electric load to be greater than usual. Electric load is measured by how much power we use in gigawatts. Last year, the gigawatt usage over the summer was 80. And Overby says this year we have hit 84 gigawatts multiple times. Despite this usage, Overby says our power grid is doing fine.
If you want to decrease your electric bill, of course, you can increase your air conditioner setting, turn off unneeded appliances, things like that. But we're not in a situation where people have to conserve.
We haven't seen the high temperatures be a result of power outages for our community, and we've been able to have enough supply for demand.
CPS Energy says there are a few things you can do to help our grid move smoothly. Those include setting the thermostat 2 to 3 degrees higher from 3 in the afternoon to 8 in the evening. Use a fan and set it counterclockwise, as this can help cool your home 4 to 6 degrees. Avoid using any large appliances during peak demand hours. And lastly, turn off or unplug any non-essential lights and appliances. You can learn more about saving energy by heading to our website, KSAT.com. Haley Powers, KSAT12 News.
It's always nice to hear that the power grid is still pumping it out, and we're not
But we're not done yet,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. We don't know what is to come.
Yeah, we truly tested it this summer and still are. What these numbers, we're on the verge of hitting 100 here in San Antonio at this hour. We know it's going to be a hot one today. Another triple-digit day. Let's go outside for you. We actually do have some clouds at the moment, but that's certainly not keeping these temperatures from jumping higher. 98 degrees at the airport. Heat index is 101. New Braunfels is already at 100 with a heat index of 105. No relief. 98 in Seguin, feels like 100 there. Even Bernie and Kerrville now are in the mid-90s, and this is the hill country we're talking about. Oof, what a month. It is going to be another CPS Energy yellow day. They're asking you to conserve between 3 and 8 p.m. You can find out more information here with that QR code. Here's some good news, though. Just got an email from CPS Energy. Tomorrow's a green day. They're dropping it down because we do have the potential for some rain, cloud cover, and we're hoping that keeps temperatures below 100. Here's the latest on that system that's developing. We think it'll be a tropical storm by tomorrow morning. Right now, winds at 30 miles per hour. We're going to get you an update on this system and our rain chances tomorrow coming up.
Thank you so much, Justin. Now we're going to turn to dramatic new video from the early hours of that devastating fire in Maui, just as President Biden prepares to visit today. Take a look at this new video showing what firefighters faced as they arrived in the historic town of Lahaina, engulfed by the fire. At one point, flames surrounded a fire engine before firefighters were able to escape the vehicle. Officials say 85% of the destroyed area on Maui has now been searched for bodies. The death toll from the Lahaina fire standing at 114 as of Saturday, nearly 2 weeks after the blaze tore through the town on the leeward side of Maui. The number of reported deaths comes with 85% of the disaster area having been searched for bodies. A total of 6 individuals have been identified, and their families have also been notified.
Firefighters are hurting. This is their community. This is their home. These are their people. Nobody in our department is unaffected by this. We care about our firefighters first and our community as well. And if they can't go to work in a healthy way, then it's difficult for them to serve.
President Biden will see the devastation firsthand today and meet with survivors. Local residents have been critical of federal response, including the $700 relief checks that FEMA's announced. Some saying that's not nearly enough to begin rebuilding their lives. And they're still saying about 1,000 people are missing.
And back here at home, volunteers from San Antonio are doing their part to help the people of Maui recover and rebuild. Dr. Jeremy Roberts is the chairman of the board of the local Red Cross and says many of those tough conversations right now in Maui are about missing loved ones. Roberts says the Red Cross has received 1,360 reunification requests and have been able to complete about 400 so far. Mac McNeil is the local Red Cross Volunteer Disaster Program Manager and says his volunteers are helping at the 11 emergency shelters that have been set up.
A lot of our volunteers are cross-trained in many aspects. They can do sheltering, they can do damage assessment, they can do disaster action team, which goes out into the community and helps out by figuring out what their needs are at that time.
While just 2 San Antonio volunteers are on the ground in Maui right now, this group will be prepared if they're asked to send more. Monetary donations are best. The Red Cross already has set up a supply chain and can't accept food or blankets from the public. You can donate online or by calling 1-800-HELP-NOW or texting 90-999 to make a $10 donation. And if you can't donate money, consider donating time. Head to the website or call 210-224-5151 to become a volunteer.
Across the country right now, 3 children and 10 firefighters have been injured from 2 fires that tore through an apartment building in New York. The New York Times saying all 13 patients are expected to be okay, but the children did have severe injuries. The fire broke out yesterday morning on the 11th floor of an apartment building located in Brooklyn. The fire went into 6 alarms and more than 200 firefighters and emergency medical personnel responded. Fire crews there say the apartment had no working smoke alarms at the time. The cause of the start of the fire is unknown.
Still coming up, how big is former President Trump's lead over fellow GOP members ahead of the debate later this week, and why he's not going to be at the debate?
Plus, how the actions of a young boy possibly saved his grandmother's life.
But first, how many new programs UTSA is adding to their curriculum as the new school year begins for college students today? That's coming up after the break.